deep beneath the sands of Egypt. A secret has been sleeping for over 3,000 years, and now technology has found it. High-resolution scans of King Tutankhamun's tomb have revealed something that defies explanation: a hidden void. A secret chamber, sealed and forgotten behind the north wall of his burial chamber. This isn't just a crack in the rock, it's a perfectly straight, man-made outline. It's a doorway. What you're seeing is the culmination of years of work, starting with a bold theory by archaeologist Nicholas Reeves. He noticed faint lines on high-resolution scans of the tomb's walls, lines that looked like plastered-over doorways. He proposed that Tutankhamun's tomb, which has always seemed strangely small for a pharaoh, was actually just the antechamber to a much larger, more magnificent burial complex. Ground-penetrating radar was brought in, and the results were stunning. The data confirmed two hidden voids behind the walls, one of which has the dimensions of a full-sized chamber. The world of Egyptology erupted. Could this be it? The final resting place of the legendary Queen Nefertiti, Tut's probable mother-in-law, whose tomb has never been found. But just as excitement reached a fever pitch, a wall of silence went up. The initial enthusiasm from the Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities vanished. Suddenly, further scans were deemed inconclusive. Meetings were held behind closed doors. The project was put on indefinite hold. Why? Why would you find what could be the single greatest archaeological discovery of the century and then just stop? Some say it's about control and national pride, a desire for a purely Egyptian-led discovery. Others whisper of a more complex political game. The scandal is that we have the technology to look inside without ever touching a single stone, yet we're not allowed to. Let's talk about that technology, because it's straight out of science fiction. We're talking about Morn tomography, which uses cosmic rays to scan through solid rock, and advanced thermal imaging that can detect temperature differences caused by empty spaces. Multiple independent teams of scientists have conducted these scans, and their data all points to the same conclusion. There is a large, empty space back there. These scans are so precise they can almost map the contents. They suggest metallic and organic material inside. In layman's terms, gold, treasure, and possibly a mummy. The evidence is overwhelming. We can practically see the ghostly outline of a sarcophagus and the glimmer of ancient artifacts. The science says there's a room. So what's the holdup? This is where the story gets frustrating. The official reason for the halt is to protect the integrity of Tutankhamun's tomb. The Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities has essentially placed a political padlock on the door. They claim drilling even a tiny hole for a camera could damage the priceless murals or change the atmospheric conditions. It's a bureaucratic stalemate. While the desire to preserve this World Heritage Site is understandable, many believe it's an excuse to delay, to control the narrative, or perhaps to avoid a discovery that could rewrite the history they've so carefully curated. The greatest secret of the Valley of the Kings is being blocked not by a pharaoh's curse, but by modern-day red tape. So let's imagine for a moment that they do open it. What could we find? Based on the timing and location, the leading theory is the tomb of Nefertiti. If that's true, we're not just talking about another king's tomb. Nefertiti was a figure of immense power and religious importance, co-ruling with her husband Akhenaten during one of the most turbulent periods in Egyptian history. Her burial would likely dwarf Tutankhamun's in both size and splendor. Imagine a chamber untouched for 33 centuries, filled with treasures that would make Tut's look modest. Golden statues, jewelry of unparalleled craftsmanship, and perhaps even the Book of Thoth, a legendary text of ancient wisdom. It would be a discovery that redefines everything we know. But there is a legitimate fear beyond politics. The curse of the pharaohs might not be supernatural, but it is real in a scientific sense. Opening a sealed chamber releases ancient microbes and fungi into the air, which can be dangerous. More importantly, the sudden change in humidity and exposure to light can cause irreparable damage. Papyrus scrolls could turn to dust in seconds. Painted walls could flake and fade before our eyes. Is the risk of destroying what's inside worth the reward of knowing? This is the delicate balance archaeologists face. Is it better to leave the secret locked away, preserving it forever, or to risk its destruction for the sake of knowledge?